Hi friends, all of you welcome. Today we are going to see or I am going to give tips how to score the good marks, more marks in a 12th board exams. Okay, it is not an hard thing. It is very easy. If you follow each and everything means it should be very easy to score a good marks in your board examination. Okay, right. First of all of you know about the question paper pattern, right? In our physics, it consisting of four parts: part A, part B, part C, and part D. You are all well known about that. The part A is 1 mark question, part B is 2 mark, and part C 3 mark, part D and 5 mark questions. In our question paper, part A consisting of 15 questions without choice. So you have to answer all the 15 questions. Part B consisting of 7 questions. Out of 7 you have to write 6 questions. So one question is a choice. And in part 3, part C, 3 mark question, it also consisting of 7 questions. You have to answer 6. Out of 6, one is compulsory question, right? So part D, either or choice. So 10 questions may be there. Out of 10, either or, you have to choose one question from each part. Okay, so 5 set of questions. From the each set, you have to choose one questions. That is either or questions. Okay, this is our question paper pattern. And I will show you how you have to concentrate each and every part easily instead of studying all the 11 units, okay, both in volume 1 and volume 2. The main tip for you is, out of 70 marks you can easily score 60 marks by concentrating only 7 lessons out of 11. Okay, only 7 units, that means 7 lessons. Volume 1 4 lessons and volume 2 3 lessons. If you concentrating on this 7 lessons, if you are thoroughing the 7 lessons means surely you can get 60 marks very easily out of 70. Okay, in volume 1 you have to concentrate on electrostatics, that is lesson 1, lesson 2 current electricity, lesson 4 EMI and AC current, and lesson 5 electromagnetic waves. So you have to concentrate these 4 lessons on the volume 1. And in volume 2, the 7th lesson, dual nature of the radiation, 8th one, atomic and nuclear physics, and 9th one, semiconductor devices. So these are the 7 lessons you have to concentrate. If you are thoroughing the 7 units, that means 7 lessons, then you should be very confident. Minimum you should score 60 marks out of 70. Okay. And apart from that, I will tell you how can we concentrate for each and every part, that is 1 mark, 2 mark, 3 mark and 5 marks. Okay, for 1 marks what you have to do means, each and within the 7 lessons, okay, each and every pages should be read or should be gone through by you at least 2 times. That means you should know each and every lines of the pages. Okay, every lessons at the back of the every lessons there will be a 1 mark question. If you concentrate on that 1 mark questions means minimum you can answer 6 questions, right? And apart from that, a units, say for example, what is the unit of resistance, right? Like this. If you concentrate on the units, constants, principles, or the small problems, right, easily calculated values of the problems, if you concentrate on this part, then you can answer the 1 mark questions too. And another questions, the highlighted portions in the each and every lessons, that is given in your box. Do you know or note? These are all the things given in each and every lessons. If you concentrate on that means minimum you can answer 6 questions. And 3 problem questions. Out of 15 problem questions may be 3. Okay. So if you concentrate on these parts means you can attend all the 15 questions. So you can easily score 15 marks out of 15. Okay. Next is part B, that is 2 mark questions. Mostly the 2 mark questions are asking according to the splitting only. Okay. Say for example, if you concentrate on laws, for example Coulomb's law, Gauss law, right? Like this, Ohm's law. If you concentrate on this laws, rules, what is Kirchhoff's laws? What is Fleming's right hand rule? What is Fleming's left hand rule? And definitions, right? If we concentrate on the law, rules, and definition in these 7 lessons, uses or applications or properties. For example, what are the properties of substance used as a heating element? Right. What are the uses of a spectrometer? These are all the things. Like these questions, you concentrate on this. And next is conditions or drawbacks. For example, what are the conditions to attain a total internal reflection? Okay, these are all the things. Next, reasoning questions. Differentiation comparison questions. For example, what is the difference between electric charge and electric power? What are the similarities between the Coulomb's law and right, like this. And problems to especially in de Broglie wavelength and all. So how to calculate the de Broglie wavelength? For example, the given data are given the potential difference, some things are given. What is the value of the de Broglie wavelength needed? Right, like this. What is and why? Okay, for example, why the steels are used to make robots? Okay, like these questions. If you are concentrating on these parts, laws, rules, definitions, uses, application, conditions, differentiations, problems, if you are concentrating on these parts in these 7 lessons, you may score 12 or you may answer all the questions, right? So each question carry 2 marks. You have to answer 6 questions, so you can get or you can score 12 marks from the part B. Okay, next is part C, that is 3 mark question. In the 3 mark question, one question is compulsory question. That compulsory question is problems. It may 80% it may be a problem question or reasoning, right? A problem or a reasoning. So one question is compulsory. Apart from that, 5 questions is there. That 5 questions may be from simple derivation, state and explain. For example, state Gauss law and explain. Okay, a Bayes-Savart law and explain it. So you have to derive that law and explain what is, how can you get that? Okay, that is. Next, properties. What is cathode ray? What are the cathode ray? What are the properties of alpha ray, X-ray, neutron, electromagnetic waves? Right. What is mean by electric lines of forces? What is the property of a bar magnet? These are all the questions may be asked in a 3 mark questions. And application part. Application part, what is Seebeck effect, eddy current, okay, photocells, radioisotopes. So you need not to elaborate all those things. For example, in case of properties, you have to answer, that is a 3 mark question, no? So properties, so in your book it may be consisting of minimum 6 to 8 points, right? In some questions it may be a more than 8, okay, or minimum it may be a 5 points. So you need not to answer all the answer for all the points, right? 8 points. This is a 3 mark questions. So you may give 4 points minimum. Okay. If you give the 4 points means easily you can get the 3 marks. Okay. This is the way to get the 3 marks fully. In case of a problem, if some problem is asked, or for example, this derivation is asked means the main formula consisting of 1 mark. In case of a problem, 3 mark problem, so you have to correctly write the formula, so you may get 1 mark. Then substitution, right? So in the formula, how the values are substituted, the given data are substituted, that may take 1 mark. And final solution with unit, right unit, you may get 3 marks. So the mark allocation for the problems may be like this. In case of a derivation, the derivation is also the same. So the main derivation what you obtained as a solution is a 1 mark. Okay, the main steps to obtain that final formula, that steps may get the another marks, right? So statement, in case of a derivation question in a 3 mark, the statement consisting of 1 mark. Okay, the steps, right, the steps to follow which takes or which allocates 1 mark, and final formula allocates 1 mark. So 3 marks for that. This is the way our application. In case of application, the application is also like that. So minimum 4 to 5 points. If you are giving the 4 points, means you can get the 3 marks. This is the way to get the score the marks of 3 marks, right? Finally, we passed on to the part D. Part D is a 5 mark questions. This 5 mark questions is a either or choice. Okay, in that each and every unit. So here we are here I am going to give what are all the important questions in each and every unit of that 7 lessons, right? Each and every 7 lessons, what are all the important questions you have to concentrate or you have to prepare, that is given here. Okay, that is given in your I will give it to you in the part D 5 mark question. Unit 1 is electrostatics. In the electrostatics, mainly you have to focus on axial line, equatorial, potential, right? That are all. Next, Gauss law application, capacitance connected in series or parallel, right? Like that. Van de Graaff generator. These are all the questions or topics you have to prepare very well. Then you may answer for one question from the unit 1. Then unit 2, that is current electricity. In the current electricity, Ohm's law macroscopic form. Ohm's law microscopic form may be asked in a 3 mark questions, right? Ohm's law in a macroscopic form means you have to fully explain that. That may be asked in a 5 mark question. Next, internal resistance of a cell, Wheatstone bridge, right? Series and parallel connection of a that is comparison, right? Of EMF and meter bridge, EMF meter bridge. These are all the questions in the second unit, right? The expressions and the derivations. So in case of an expression or a derivation, Ohm's law, right? You have to derive the steps. So it may consisting of 2 or 3 marks. It may take 2 or 3 marks. So the statement and then final solution, it will consisting of if 2 marks is given for the derivation, means the remaining thing, statement and the final result and discussion, it may take 3 marks. So total 5 marks. Okay, like the fourth unit, the fourth lesson. The fourth lesson is a EM and AC current. In that we have to concentrate on induced EMF by changing the area, orientation of the coil, that is question number 14 in your book. Next, single phase 3-phase AC generator, transformer, RLC circuit, expression for average power, energy is conserved during oscillation. These are all the questions you have to concentrate in the fourth unit. Okay, and then in fifth unit, that is electromagnetic waves. In that electromagnetic waves, you have to concentrate on the important questions are properties of electromagnetic waves, uses of electromagnetic spectrum, and types of spectra. Okay, these are all from the volume 1. In the volume 2, the 7th lesson, dual nature. In the dual nature, in your book, the question number 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. That is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So 8 questions I represented here. Out of that 8 questions, if you are thorough in this 8 questions from the lesson 7, means surely you can attend one question. Okay, either or, right? So you may answer the 2 questions also. If you are thoroughing about this 8 questions, means you may answer the 2 questions from the 7, but it is not required in our examination. So the pattern is either or. So you have to answer 1. Okay, in the lesson number 8, the questions, important questions are question number 1, question number 2, 3, 4, 8, 10, 11 and 14. Okay, in lesson number 9, the questions are 2, 3, 4, 8, 9, 10, 11 and 12. Okay, these are all the important 7 lessons and the important part 5, that means part D 5 mark questions. Okay, especially in the 11th lesson. In the 11th lesson, question number 1, 3, 4, 5, 6. This may be asked in a short answers. That means short answers means 2 mark or 3 mark. Okay, and one long answer may be asked from this lesson. Okay, these are all the topics or the part we have to concentrate for part A, part B, part C and part D. Next thing, each and every question is explained in detail. That is also given in you, right? If you go through the PowerPoint presentation. In that screen you can view the questions, what are all the questions from each and every unit. 5 mark important questions in volume 1 electrostatics, right? 6 questions are given there. That is already I represented here, equatorial, right, potential, everything that is described in detail in each and every unit. Volume 1 electrostatics, current, electricity, magnetism and magnetic effects of electric current, that is a third unit. If you are concentrated on 7 lessons only, means no need of this third one. And fourth is electromagnetic induction and alternating current, and fifth one is electromagnetic waves, right? So each and every lessons and the volume 1 is given here. Okay, you have to concentrate these questions, simply you can get the more marks. The only one thing is you have to practice very well. Writing, test. So if you are practicing well, right, the writing practice is very most important to score the more marks. And that is very also important to manage the timing also in your examination, right? Then only you can manage your timing, and within that time, given time in stipulated time, you can complete your exams without skipping the steps or without attending the questions. Okay, that is the thing. So you have to prepare very well, right? See, one of the question is explained for your, see, the Coulomb's law. The Coulomb's law may be asked in a 2 mark question, right? If it is asked in a 3 mark question, means simply the statement what it is given in your book, textbook, the same thing you have to replicate. Okay, so the statement and final relation, you know very well, the Coulomb's law states that, right, the force is directly proportional to the product of the magnitude of the 2-point charges. So the 2-point charges may be q1 and q2, and inversely proportional to square of the distance. So the distance is r, square of the distance is r square. So f proportional to q1 q2 by r square. In terms of a vector, it is represented as q1 q2 by r square into r vector, right? And proportionality symbol, that proportionality symbol is represented by k, that k is replaced by 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught. So final relation is f21 equal to, that is from the point charge 2 to the point charge 1, right, the force of attraction between 2 to 1. So f21 equal to 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught q1 q2 by r square into r12 cap, right? So this way, this is the way to answer, right? In case of laws, Ohm's law, Gauss law, whatever the thing, so you have to write the statement and with the final relation. If it is represented by the unit in your book, you must write the units also, right? Then you can completely get the 3 marks or 2 marks. Okay, next, what does mean by electric dipole? So how you have to answer? So see here, the statement is given, what is the electric dipole, what is mean by electric dipole, and what everything is represented here. And in addition with that, the examples. Okay, so these are all the key points. The key points boost you the mark, right? Easily score you the mark, right? Examples with the diagrams. These are all the simple way to get the score the marks. In case of a 5 marks, look, the electric field at a axial line. So it consisting of a diagram. So the diagram represent what is what are the things it is consisting of. The distance, how the distance is represented, what are the 2 points, what is the distance between the 2 points, everything is represented in the diagram. So the diagram carries 1 mark. Next, main equations, how the equations are derived, and finally you can obtain that, right? With a note, if r is less than a, what will be happen? If r is greater than a, what is the answer? Right, these are all the things. So if in case of a derivation question, these are all the main key words or key points to score the marks. You go through that. Okay, next, so many questions are given for you. Next, electrostatic potential. Go through the each and every questions. In each, what are the simple steps, like the comparison. Look here, the electrostatic potential at a point due to an electric dipole. It is represented here with a table. Easily you can understand what is the comparison. Okay, so each and everything, if you comparing that by way of understanding, so if you compared it easily, means you can understand, so you can't forget while you are writing, right? It will be easily come through you and complete, help you to complete the question, right? These are the things. Next, each you go through that, right? See, capacitor in series and parallel, the diagram. In the diagram itself you can understand what are the things we are going to represent it. So the C1, C2, C3, V1, V2, V3. So the expressions you are going to complete, no, that the expressions comprising of these values only, C1, C2, V1, V2. If you are understanding or if you are representing the diagram, it is very neatly, so you should draw the diagram very neatly and represent each and every parts in the diagram. Okay, then you can carry the marks and it will help you how can you derive the expressions too. Okay, so these are all the ways or these are all the tips. If you following these tips means easily you can score the good marks in your board examination. I hope you are all understand that, right? All the best. Thank you.